Yeah, it's always a good thing to study. Studying is very good for the mind, and let me see if I can put a little more light here. There you go, put a little flash. You see right here, all these articles, all these pictures, all these articles that I cut from magazines and newspaper. Yeah, what I do if I study a language or if I study about medicine or philosophy, whatever, I get a magazine or I get an article or I cut it out or whatever. And what I do, I cut them out, then I take a glue and I paste them on the paper. See here on a book. This book here is a composition book or what they call a marble book. If it, let me see if I can see here. A marble book, see it? Or composition book, in the way you want to call it. And what will happen is that I take the picture, I cut it out of the magazine, I glue it, see the glue, how shiny it is? And if the picture is about a person slicing a cake, see that, cutting the cake, see that knife and that cake being sliced? Now these pictures are not for to publicize or to advertise or anything like that. It's for my own home personal use. Only I can see it. Or if a family member is trying to learn a language and they need to expand their vocabulary, I can let them borrow the book to read. But I don't. This is just for my personal use mostly. So you have a picture here of a person right here. Let me see this person. Oh yeah, this person looked like Dolly Parton's. I probably cut out a magazine, not known as her until I just saw her here, and she's cutting the cake with a knife. So I put the picture here. I glue it on. While the glue is drying, I go below the picture. I put down to cut. Then I put down Coupetin. See, Coupetin. And then below, first I put the English infinitive to cut. Then I put down the word in the language I'm studying, which is Tagalog. Tagalog is the Filipino language. Then I get brackets or I get parentheses, and within parentheses, I put down how you pronounce it. How you pronounce that word right there? Coupetin. I say Coupetin. Okay, and if it's a letter, if it's a stress of this last syllable of the word, I put it down in capital letters, capital T, capital E, capital E, capital N. So it's Coupetin. A little harder here in the teen. Okay, or you can say cut to cut. Also, you can say more than one way. You can say capital HIWA in Tagalog, which is Hiwa. And I put down here, HEE hyphen WAH, wa, Hiwa. You see? And that's what you do. And that's another way you say it too. You can say it, to cut, you can say putulin. See that? Putulin. I know I'm very sloppy. But I don't care. It's only for me. It's not for somebody else really to see. It's for own personal use. And that's how I do that. Or I can cut down a word. If I want to do a little dictionary, I cut an article out and it has the word cross. Capital CROSS, cross. And I write down, I get the letter or the word, I cut it out, I glue it on. As you can see the glue right there, see the glue? When it's drying, I put down the word cross. I write it down cross, CROSS in English. Then I write the word down KRUS in Tagalog or a different language. It could be Spanish, English, Tagalog, Hebrew, any language that you study it. Then I write down how to pronounce it. I forgot to put down see here, I put down the parentheses to enclose the word. Let me go like this. There you go. And how you pronounce the KRUS? Cruz. You got the double O. Cruz. The U sounds. Cruz. That's cruz. You got it? So you study different languages that way. You put pictures, you put words and everything. If you're studying philosophy or some philosophers, you can get their names from a magazine or just all what you do. It's what I do. This is a sloppy one. I get 2 pieces of paper. One is to write real fast. I go on YouTube, I go on the internet, or I go in a book, and I write that information I got. This is the first. I got 2 papers. One is sloppy because when you have the video playing, you want to pause it and you want to write down information. I do it this way. I get a piece of paper. I write sloppy, and if it takes 5 or 6 pages for the information to be completed, that's how long I'll write it. See, that's the 5th page. That's number 5. So I take a paper and I write down information I get from a video or from a book or from anything. I write it down sloppily. Then I get a computer paper that has no lines at all. Just a printout computer paper, and I'll rewrite it nice and neat. Then I'll put down the name of the article or the subject on top. I'll put down the number of the page, and then I'll write down information nice and neat, more condensed. And then what I do once I write down the information, this is the number. This is not the finished work. This is the first writing. I already finished writing this down. And you cut them when you finish with the computer paper, writing down with your hands. I don't copy. We have a printer, but my printer is not too good. So instead of fight with the machine and go and get something new or fix it, whatever, I just take my hand. I write it in the computer paper, and then I cut it here. I cut it here. I cut it here at the bottom. I cut it here, and then it'll be less. Then you still have this wide area here being written with all these words. It'll be less. I have it here, and I have it here, and I have it here. So I've been cutting. I cut the wood off here. I cut the paper off here. I cut the paper off here. I cut the paper off here and here, and inside it'll be nice and written down. So on my first paper, like here, you see this is page 5. But when I do a better job on the second paper, the computer paper, and write with my handwriting, this would be probably page 3. Page 2 or page 3. Because I wrote so fast, so sloppily, and all my words are spaced out. This is the paper that I'm not going to use to put in my book. So I cut everything down. This paper will get narrower, and then I cut it. After I cut it, I do what I do here. I get a book like this, and I start gluing all the information on those books, in that book. And I have a book upstairs on medicine and treatments and cures and everything, and names of doctors and scientists and stuff like that. I have it upstairs, and it has nothing but these papers that I cut out and put it into one of these books. I got more room. Today's Saturday. Tomorrow's Sunday. I got more time to relax, maybe with some music, and just do my work. You see? So in this case, I got the vocabulary, like cross, which is cruz, in Tagalog, which is a Filipino language, and then I got a person. In this case, you see Dolly Parton's. I'm not going to advertise this. It's just for my personal use. And I glued this on to my book, and I put down to cut, because she's cutting a cake. It doesn't have to be by Dolly Parton. It could be anybody cutting the cake. And then you put down to cut, and then you put down the word in that language. You see, which is G-U-P-I-T-I-N. And then you put down how you pronounce it. The double O is a oo sound, so it's goo. Then you got the I, which is an E, P, kupitin, and then if you want to write it again in a different way, you can put down cut. Not to cut, but cut, C-U-T, and it's hiwa, H-I-W-A, but in Filipino, the I will be an E. And you got hiwa, and that's what a person is doing. See, it's cut, to cut, you see? Now, if I want to, right here, I could put down a knife, or I could put down slice, because she's also slicing the cake, which I might do right now when I finish here. So studying is very important. I got philosophy, books on philosophy. I deal with philosophy. I deal with language in the beginning with the words, like the diphthongs and the verbs, the vowels, how to pronounce them in different languages. I got Polish, I got Hebrew, I got Latin, Spanish, Italian, Greek, you name it. In my room, I have nothing but books like this, just like that, with pictures and words and articles and stuff like that. And then you can carry around. If something happens to my phone, or I lose my phone, or something happens where I can no longer have my phone or my computer, I can always carry my books with me when I go somewhere, to a park, to someone's house, whatever. Or maybe if I'm waiting for my dentist to call me into the office to do dentist work, or my doctor, when I'm waiting in the waiting room, I take my book with me, and I can wait and study my book as I wait, in different languages and everything. Now, about television, it's good to watch television. It's good to watch any kind of videos in any subject, but understand when the program is over, if you're not going to record it, if you're not going to record the program, just watch it, and there's some subjects that you like about it. Sometimes what happens when you when you turn the television off, as time goes by, you forget what you learned, because it depends on your memory. Unless you have an idyllic memory, or photostatic, what do you call it? Idyllic, it's a good word for it. That's the new word. Unless you have the idyllic memory, you're not going to be able to memorize it too well. You have to record it or try to watch the program again. But I don't. If I see the program, I would try to look for parts of it I like, and I'll try to write it down as fast as I can, like this and this paper here. See that? This sloppy paper here. And then what I would do, I get another piece of paper, I write it neater, and I cut it all around. Then I cut it around and make it smaller and more narrow than this paper here, and I glue it on. And I have the information with me all the time. You know what I do? You ever seen that show on television, Dr. G, with the coroner. She's a coroner, and she examines dead bodies. She says something that I like maybe she says that this happens when this happens. This person died of this because of this. I write down information when I watch that show with a pencil and paper real fast, real sloppily. Then when the show is over, I get a nice piece of paper and I write it down much neater, and then I cut it around like I told you, and I glue it onto a book like this. And I always have the information with me. Yeah, you know Dr. G, the coroner woman from she comes on, and I watch shows on special animals, shows on poisons they have, poison herbs, and when not to eat it. I write down that program, Survivor, people who survive against harsh elements or environment they may be stuck in. What to do? You have to survive. I even write down when it comes to doomsday preppers and how to prep and how to and food storage. Emergency food. I write all that down. Emergency food storage. And I write down. I glue it on my books like this, and I have the information with me all the time. Then when I go out to go shopping for food or whatever, I look at my book to see what I can get to put in my storage. You see? Shall I glue everything here? Yeah. So it's good to study any subject you want to study. Right now I'm studying Tagalog. Okay? Tagalog is the Filipino language because it's not really as easy as I thought it would be, because see, Spanish, I know a lot of Spanish, and if you study the Filipino language, it has a lot of Spanish in it. But then also it has other languages too. That's being incorporated into the language, and that's where you have to start to know how to write it down, the letters and the words, and pronounce words that it may be difficult to pronounce. letters and vowels and everything, and diphthongs. So that's when different languages come to play, and you have to know what you're doing. So it's good to study, and it's good to do things. If you want to have your own cookbook, you can write an article, have a picture of have a picture of the dish, and then put on the recipe. Cut the paper, glue it onto a book like this, and put down the subject is cook or recipes, and you have yourself your own recipe book. That's what I do. So if I go to a doctor's office for my monthly or tri-monthly, medical checkup, I have to wait in the waiting room, which sometimes you have to do that, right? I'll put the book with me. Or if I had to take a member of my family to a hospital and I have to wait in the waiting room for them to come out from the doctors, or just for the doctor to see you in the hospital, if it takes a long time, you take the book like this with you in any subject you have, and you study it and you learn things. That's what I do. So today is Tagalog. Okay? Okay, have a good day. Over and out. Bye-bye. And always study.